every time I have a pod, I have to kick my parents out, so it's kind of unfortunate. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, they're actually
They won't yell for you.
usually they're out on Friday night, so yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
That's great.
Testing.
Let me see.
All right. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So,
We're good.
you literally just got into town.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah, that's so cool. So I always forget to do an intro, so that's like the first thing I'm gonna do, right? So this is. Oh, let me turn off the music. So this is the most vulnerable player. I don't know. Have you heard of the podcast or no? No. So when she told you she was gonna do a pod, like you just went along with it. Yeah.
Like, actually, that was with her dad, so I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's so cool. But yeah, so the most vulnerable player. Try to center it around like mental health for the most part. But also like lately, I just honestly I just go off of like what I'm curious of. So like I've had a lot of like local artists on. I've had just business owners. So I've had some of my best friends. So it's honestly just super casual. But
That's sick.
yeah. And this is episode 29, and I'm sitting with Camryn. Sorry, what was your last name again?
Heon.
Heon?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What's the background of that?
It's French Canadian. My dad's French Canadian.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's so dope. Do you go up to Canada?
We do every
Yeah.
summer. We try to go every summer, every winter, but it's kind of hard sometimes.
That's crazy. You know what? I actually spent 2 months in Ottawa because my cousin lives in Ottawa,
No way.
and so I got to go to Quebec City, Montreal.
I haven't been. I want to
No?
go. No,
That's so dope.
We've been wanting to go.
Yeah. So whereabouts? Do you have like family up there still?
I have family in Calgary, Alberta. That's where my dad's from.
Okay, I think that's like opposite side.
Yeah,
from-
it's like west.
Yes. Okay.
It's like the Cowboys. Like
Yeah.
the cowboy area of
Oh,
Canada.
okay, like the kind of country.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Ottawa is more of like my vibe for sure, you know. But yeah, like I really enjoyed up there actually. I would definitely. I'd probably be able to move there honestly. Yeah.
I could see myself living there too sometimes.
Yeah. That's cool. So right now so you're a hockey player, which is crazy. Actually, when you reached out to me, I was like, I've rarely. I don't think you're the first hockey player I meet that's like, first of all, girl from El Paso. So like, that's pretty dope. But is there like how'd you get into that? How'd you get into playing hockey?
Well, I grew up playing any sport you could think of.
Yeah.
And my dad moved down to El Paso because he was playing for a professional hockey team here,
Mm-hmm.
the Buzzards. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, do they still? I mean, they're not around
No,
anymore.
it was like a 90s,
Okay.
like 90s hit type.
It was
type
before the
hockey team.
Rhinos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my dad and Corey Herman, another Canadian who played for the Buzzards, kind of helped start the Rhinos here.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up playing hockey for the Rhinos on boys teams. And at one point we had a girls team, but pretty much just with boys.
Yeah, that's so dope. And like what age did you first start playing?
I tried hockey when I was 3 years old and hated it
Mm-hmm.
and said, I'm never going to do this ever again. Tried it again when I was 6. Did not like it.
No.
Was never going to do it ever again.
What was it about it that you just weren't
I honestly, there were no girls doing the sport and I
Yeah.
felt so like alone.
Yeah.
Like it didn't seem like right for me to be there.
Yeah.
Until finally, like a couple years later, maybe 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I tried it with one of my good friends, or my good friend Camila,
Yeah.
and we hit it off and we started playing hockey.
Yeah. That's so. I think more people need to play hockey here in El Paso.
Yeah,
I know.
please do.
I've never tried it, but like, first of all, I'm not that best at ice skating, but I don't do it often. So.
No, yeah.
No, but that's really cool. I mean, that's literally. I feel like. You think Texas, like in California, is like hockey more prominent, or is it just in the U.S.? It's not.
I mean,
as
like
big.
Texas, you wouldn't think of hockey.
Yeah,
Like, where do
not at
you
all.
even find ice to put in El Paso?
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah,
You don't find
exactly.
it. But I mean, California, it's definitely a little bit bigger there.
Mm-hmm.
But here, it's definitely rare.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you have any siblings?
Nope.
No,
Just me.
only child.
Yep.
How's that?
It was boring as a kid. It definitely wasn't that fun as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
but all good now. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm sure there's definitely some. I mean, like with anything, there's pros and cons.
yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Yeah. Where did you go to high school?
I went to El Paso High for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved the end of my sophomore year, to the boarding school in Indiana. For
Oh,
hockey.
okay. So how old were you when you moved out there?
Actually, my high school has been pretty all over the place.
Yeah.
My freshman and half of my sophomore year, I spent half at El Paso High and half in Mexico City. And then after that,
Wow.
I spent like 6 months in Colorado at a high school there, some random high school.
Yeah.
And then end of that year, I went to Culver
Okay.
boarding school.
Dang, and all those places, like the boarding schools, like, are you going alone?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't know anybody before you go, and you just.
I went in blind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it, like, what's that experience like? Because, I mean, I experienced that because I went to Arizona State,
Yeah.
and that was my first time just moving, and I mean, I made friends obviously, but I went out there alone. But going to like another country, like Mexico City, so like,
Yeah.
I'm just curious what that was like.
I mean, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was all during COVID, so it was like
Mm.
I couldn't really go to school there. So I was doing El Paso High online for the most part and living with my mom
Yeah.
in an Airbnb. That was weird. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have friends. I didn't know anyone in Mexico City. I was just there living and playing hockey.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yes, I speak English, Spanish, and French fluently,
Oh, snap.
and Chinese.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's really dope, actually. I need to brush up on, well, first of all, my Spanish, but I was trying to pick up a little bit of French when I was like in Canada.
Yeah.
But that's so cool. And so like hockey, like, I don't know. So you also played on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
You said, what was like, so the actual like Winter Olympics you played on?
Well, kind of.
Okay.
So when I was like 15, one of the scouts for the Mexico national men's team came to El Paso to like scout the Rhinos and like see if they wanted to play like a game against them.
Yeah.
And so it just so happened that I was practicing with my team while this scout came down to the rink.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw me and he was like, he told my dad, "Who's that girl? Like, she needs to try out. Like, who is this?" And so that was kind of the start where I got.
He's like, "That's my daughter."
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then from there, I was asked to go down to Mexico City and practice with their U18 team.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, the women's national coach saw me and was like, "She needs to play on the women's team."
Wow.
So at 15, I lived in Mexico City, going back and forth for about 2 years, practicing with their women's Olympic team. And at that point, I really didn't know if I was going to make the team or not because, like, I'm 15 years old and my captain's 35.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big change. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
And, well, there, I mean, like, I was playing with women, like, literally.
Yeah, grown women. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, they have, like, my captain has a child.
Yeah.
Like, she's a woman. she's big.
Yeah, and how old are you?
Right now, I'm 18.
18.
Yeah. So then later that year, maybe 2021, 22, I went to the Olympic qualifications in Czech Republic with
Wow.
Team Mexico.
Wow. Czech Republic. Dang. All this,
Yeah.
sorry, this is insane. I like that. So what position do you play?
Defense.
Defense. So, I mean, obviously you try your best to not let them score, but what's like your position itself? Is it just like, is there something that you're trying to focus on or like?
It's funny you asked that.
Yeah.
I'm you wouldn't guess it, but I'm a very aggressive person when I play hockey.
Okay. Yeah.
Every single tournament I've played with Team Mexico so far, I've gotten suspended.
Really? You have like
Yes.
a little temper?
A little bit.
Yeah. Have you seen that? Have you seen this on full display? That's crazy.
I definitely am the person that will stick up for any one of my teammates.
Yeah. So you're
And
like the enforcer. Is that what like?
I
they
wouldn't
call
want to
it?
use that word,
Yeah.
but maybe.
Yeah, for sure. They let you guys fight in hockey, basically, right?
I mean,
Or-
not so much in international in general,
Okay.
and not so much in girls.
Okay.
I mean, it's still pretty aggressive,
But you can like definitely lay some people out if you wanted to. Yeah.
but it's nothing like you drop the gloves and
Yeah,
you just
yeah, for
like
sure.
go fighting anymore. It's different.
Wow. Dang, that's insane. Yeah, I wouldn't definitely not have gotten that. So it's just like when you step in the ring, do you like in the rink? Sorry,
Yeah.
hockey rink. I said the ring, like you're a boxer or something. In the rink, do you just like flip like a switch?
It's like I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have like two Camryns. It's kind of like I have like
Wow.
hockey Camryn and like your dainty like modeling like super nice petite put together Camryn.
Yeah, and you can kind of, will that other Camryn come out outside of the hockey rink for any reason?
I try not to,
Okay.
but maybe.
Well, maybe. Yeah, that's no, I think that's cool that you can like flip that switch. I think that's like really that's a good characteristic, especially if you're playing sports.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, for example, like I played football, and then I mean also basketball. But yeah, there's definitely a certain mindset you have to have going in, and yeah, you being able to like flip that switch on that's pretty cool. Do you have like do you listen to music before you play?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's not really something that like makes me change mentally. It kind of just like happens.
Yeah. So take me through a game day routine, like from start. Like you wake up. What's your day look like?
Okay, so if I was with Team Mexico right now, game day routine: wake up with my roommate, eat something light. And probably do some stretching, and then later it's like I tell myself that like I'm not playing for myself. I'm playing for something bigger than me. I'm playing for my country.
Yeah.
And that's something that really like it makes me so excited, and it pulls out something out of me.
Yeah.
That it's like, okay, I need to give everything I have to this hour game for my country.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, when you think about it like that, like basically a whole country, like essentially, not literally, but essentially it's like on your back, you know, that you're representing. So that's definitely something very motivating. Yeah, so what time are the games usually like at night? Or it just depends?
Just depends.
Yeah.
Just depends how the scheduling goes. I mean, the tournaments, so how it goes is once a year we have world championships. So this year it's going to be in Andorra, which is like a little country outside of Spain.
Okay.
And the tournaments are 2 weeks long. So you play maybe 7 games and get a day in between each game. Yeah. And yeah, they'll be scheduled whenever.
So you've traveled a lot. Like, what do you get to see some of the country other than like just playing the games?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been to Turkey, Czech Republic, Spain. I've been to Finland, a bunch of different places.
Yeah. What's been your like most memorable?
That's crazy. That's a good question. I would say Turkey.
Really?
It's a lot like Mexico. There's tons of people, and it's just so culturally rich, and that's like my favorite thing about it.
Yeah. What do they eat in Turkey? Like, what's the food like cuisine like?
Yeah, I would say Mediterranean. Yeah.
So like halal food or like falafels and like. Oh, see, I really like I like that type of food. Yeah.
Then you should go there.
Yeah. My family actually has a food truck park. It's called Neep Collective. It just opened in August, but it's cool. It's different. It's like a mixture of like, because usually food truck parks here, it's just like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, but no, we basically built a bar in the shipping container, and so it's like a patio bar, and then there's like a balcony, and then we have like just a bunch of seating. We have a stage. Big old TV, and then like just a bunch of food trucks.
Does Run for El Paso go out of there?
Yeah. So
I've been wanting to go. I've seen it.
You should. There's a run this Sunday if you're down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, for sure. So we hosted an event there, like maybe because they kind of switch up where they have their runs at. But yeah, we had a run there like not too long ago. But yeah, it's a pretty dope spot. We'll have the Super Bowl there on Sunday, so if you guys want to check it out, yeah. But anyways, they have a halal food there, like a halal truck, which it's pretty hard to get like halal food, like at least good halal food in El Paso. Yeah. So that's what made me think of that. Yeah. But, yeah, so Turkey, yeah, I definitely need to travel Europe more. I really haven't been out there. Yeah.
It's eye-opening. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. Do you go with her most of the time? Oh, yes. Yeah. She's like, oh, for sure. I got you.
More touring than she did.
Yeah.
Came back from Scotland.
Wow.
That's all right. I forgot.
So are you in season right now at the time?
Yes. My season goes from November to April. So
okay. Wow, that's a long season.
Pretty long. Yeah.
Yeah. So why were you able to come down for this weekend?
With my school and my hockey team, we get like random weekends off to just go home and visit our family. So
oh, that's nice. So you just try to come as like whenever you can.
Yeah. I try to come like once a month.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And since you lived in El Paso your whole life, if someone's coming to visit El Paso, give me like a day with them that you're like everything.
I'm going to Lucy's. Lucy's. It's
What's that?
it's a Mexican restaurant
Really?
by like Central area by where
Okay,
we
I don't
live.
think I've been there.
King's X.
Wait, what is it?
It's by King's X.
King's X. What's that?
It's King's X is like a bar. It's like a bar.
Is
and
it
then
like 5
Lucy's.
Points? Like, is it in
No.
that area? No.
It's on Mesa.
Poppy Monk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on Mesa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know exactly. Okay, yeah. And it's just like one of your favorite restaurants.
Lucy's is definitely my favorite Mexican restaurant here.
Yeah.
It's like your hole in the wall place, but
That's pretty bold. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's definitely.
No, I definitely need to try it.
Yeah.
I've heard of Lucy's, but yeah, what do you usually get there?
I get the manchaca burrito smothered with chile con queso.
Wow, manchaca. What is that?
Manchaca's like deshebrada, egg, and a la mexicana like tomato, jalapeno, onion.
Oh, okay. Damn, that sounds fire.
Yeah, and a burrito with chile con queso like smothered like all
Yeah.
over it.
Wow. Okay. What about like what else would you take them to go
It's
do?
so good.
Hot Rhinos game.
Rhinos game for sure.
Yeah.
I love running scenic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know that's crazy. The run on Sundays on Scenic. So
that's
yeah,
perfect.
that's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely my day would probably be go running in the morning and then go to Lucy's
hmm
and probably hit up a hockey game later.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to do here though. It's hard to say
Yeah.
one thing.
For sure. No, I like that. And is your ultimate goal like? Do you want to play in the NHL?
No, I mean, they just started a professional women's league.
So
like,
it's not the. Is there? Oh, I didn't know. Is there NHL women's or is
yeah,
it?
they
Okay.
just they started their first season this year.
Oh wow. Okay.
The PWHL.
Oh wow. That's
Professional
that's
Women's
cool.
Hockey League.
So
Yeah.
literally just this year. So yeah. What do you see yourself? Yeah. What's like your ultimate? Oh yeah.
My ultimate goal is sports journalism to be
Ooh. Okay.
yeah, like a sports journalist, hopefully on ESPN.
Wow.
Something
okay.
big like that.
Yeah. That's really dope. So is that what you're going to school for? Journalism or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I plan on it.
Yeah. Wow. I actually. So did you know? Like, did you like writing like most of your life? Yeah.
Yes, I've always loved writing and reading, but like I never really knew what I was gonna do with that until like I was on the cover of a magazine for the City magazine.
Wow. Okay.
And then from there, it kind of got me into writing, and I started writing like editorials for the magazine,
Mm-hmm.
and it really like sparked my curiosity for journalism.
Yeah. What's like do you write just to write now?
Yeah. I'm currently going to interview Katie Barnes. She's a reporter for ESPN,
Wow.
and I plan on submitting it to Teen Vogue, hopefully.
Wow. Okay.
So-
That's cool. And so what's like your creative process like when you're writing? Like, can you just open your journal and just start writing, or like you have to be like in the mind state, or like what's like your process like?
I honestly just like scribble and have like a bunch of bullet points. Like
Mhm.
anything I think of, any random like word or like snippet of a sentence, I'll just like bullet point it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll randomly come to me throughout the day. It's like, okay, write.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just like pours out.
Then you just get it. Like, I actually really enjoy writing as well. I don't do it like I should. I used to a lot more,
Yeah.
but I think it's for sure like it's super, especially really good thing for mental health.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I used to do it. I used to journal a lot. But it was weird because when I would do it, it was like I just taught myself just to write anything that came to my head, even if it was like complete garbage, you know? But then like all of a sudden, like you kind of get a sort of like a spark, and then you get an idea, and then from there you can just kind of like pick up on that, you know, and just
And then before you know it, it's like 2 hours past by.
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
write.
For sure. Yeah. So being that the show is about like mental health and stuff, what would you say is like maybe some of the like something difficult that you've had to overcome in your life?
I would say knowing that, so when I was 15, I just had to pack up a bag and leave to
Mhm.
Mexico City. I had no idea what I was going to face in there. The middle of the pandemic, leaving my family, leaving everything that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And that was definitely something where it was like a switch flipped off in me again.
Mhm.
It was like, okay, like either you stay here and you do what you know how to do, or you take a chance on yourself and take a chance to do something that not many people are able to do.
Mm-hmm.
And getting over my like homesick feeling of not wanting to leave was like definitely something that really hard that people don't like, they underestimate it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Like I definitely feel that. And especially that it was during the pandemic, because during the pandemic, people aren't leaving, they're coming back home, you know, like, so for you to like, just have that bravery to like, all right, there's like a lot of uncertainty right now, but I'm just going to go do this, especially at such a young age. Like that says a lot, you know, that's crazy.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. And so what were some of the things like you kind of experienced over there? Like, I'm sure it got hard at times. So what are things you kind of did to help yourself throughout that time?
Well, I think here, living in El Paso and playing hockey here, it was like I was a big fish in a small pond.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately I was just dumped into a big pond where I was like a fish that big.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was something eye-opening for me, where it was like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like I had to realize that there's more around me than just what I am. I'm like good at hockey, but
so here, like you were kind of like per se the star, right? But you go out there and there's people like almost like, I mean, just as good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than me.
Yeah.
I mean, these women are like paid to train. They train all day.
Yeah.
And that was something like,
Is that discouraging
no,
or motivating?
it was so motivating
Okay.
for me that so many people doubted me.
Mm.
And it was like, oh yeah, like watch, literally watch. I thrive off of when people doubt me. It's fun.
Yeah, I actually was just I was thinking about this. I forgot how because I was thinking about it in my head, and then I've been asking people like, is it healthy to like be motivated by proving people wrong? And to me, it can be very powerful. Like, I think it's a good thing. Sometimes, but like, there's also a part of me that's like, I wonder if it can like sometimes not be the best. But at the same time, I think, especially when you're first starting, I think it can be really like powerful. But that's just something like I was thinking about. But yeah, that's awesome.
It definitely has its pros and cons,
Yeah.
but it's like either you listen to everyone tell you that you can't do something and you go cry in your bed, or you get up and like you tell them to go do something else while you do it.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, I totally feel that. And what's something that you would say to someone who's like, maybe they're not even playing hockey, but they have like an opportunity somewhere, or they want to create an opportunity somewhere other than like El Paso, but they're kind of like nervous about making that leap?
I think that knowing what you bring to the table is so important. If you don't have a clear set view of what you bring to the table and your values and what you want to achieve, then you're going to be easily hurt by when people tell you no, instead of knocking on the next door and asking for the opportunity. Does that make sense?
For sure. Yeah, because like if you know, I always say that like if you know your purpose behind what you're doing, then like what anybody else says, it
doesn't matter.
Yeah, in a way it might get to you, but at the same time, like your values and like your values just are so strong, and what you believe in, like it's not gonna stop you, you know.
Yeah.
What is something you feel like your parents instilled in you that you carry with yourself? I had to ask. To
be very independent. Not to rely on other people or other things to get me to where I want to go. I think they made me a very like a go-getter of a person, where if I want something, I'm not going to wait till it comes to me. I need to go get it myself. Yeah.
I think you need that, because I think a lot of people wait on, I think I've always been like that, and that's something I'm thankful for. But I know a lot of people that are very talented, very skilled at something, or they have like goals, but they kind of feel the need to like wait on somebody else, you know, or they don't have that initiative to just do it on their own, which I don't blame them. But at the same time, like you need that, especially if you have like big dreams, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have what's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Yeah, same. When's your birthday?
Really? December 19th.
That's crazy. Mine's the 21st.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the 19th.
Well, it's because my sister's the 19th. My nephew's the 20th, and then I'm the 21st.
Oh wow.
So it's like back to back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Do you like believe in astrology? And
I don't
stuff?
really know anything about the
No.
signs.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. Are you a sign person?
Honestly, no. It's just like doing this podcast kind of made me into it because it somehow always gets like brought up. But not. I think I don't even know. I think Sagittariuses like are actually really from what I hear, they're like adventurous.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like spontaneous.
I would say so.
Yeah. So I went to Thailand so I was doing all right. Just backstory. Before I started doing the podcast, I was doing like I would vlog on YouTube and stuff, and so for like my brother and his wife were out there in China teaching English, and on the side they also had a YouTube channel where they were doing like travel vlogs in like Southeast Asia, Thailand, everything. And while I was during that time, I was in college and I was just kind of watching them like do their thing, and I was like, once I graduate, like I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go like travel like Asia. So for like a whole year I saved up like all this money, and then I had a camera. I was already doing like videography and stuff, and I was vlogging, but I wanted to like do like the travel vlog. So I ended up I bought a one-way ticket to Thailand, and then my plan was to do like all of Southeast Asia, but I ended up doing just like a month and a half to 2 months. I think it was like close to 2 months. I had released some vlogs out there, and like it was a really great time. However, it got so hard. Like the thing is, I wasn't expecting it to be that hard. Just because I felt like I was always a very independent person. Like, I mean, I lived in Phoenix by myself. Like, so it wasn't anything like. I just didn't. I guess underestimated what that was gonna be like. But yeah, it got really tough. So I definitely I give you props for being out there like in Mexico City. Like that's like a tall task. That's insane. Yeah. But yeah, cuz I guess being out there alone too, like cuz I was staying like in hostels and stuff, which are really nice out there, but it was like even though you're making a lot of good friends, it's just not having your family or like your really close friends. I didn't realize like how much we actually like rely on them for a lot of things.
Yeah, or like seeing everyone all together and you can't be there.
Yeah,
that was something that like really hit me. And
so you miss holidays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holidays, birthdays, anything. It was like I should be there.
Yeah, you're on FaceTime like freaking. No, I for sure feel that.
Did you go to China at all?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to China. Also, another reason why it was a little tough is because it was during COVID. Or it was like maybe directly after COVID. So even just to go to Thailand, like I had to fill out all this paperwork. I had to be vaccinated. I had to do all these things.
Yeah.
Like all these hurdles to jump through. And yeah, it was definitely. Have you ever been to Asia?
I've been to China.
Yeah, where'd you go there?
I went to Beijing, Xi'an, and Shanghai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it for like hockey or just
it was travel? For a field trip.
Really?
Yeah, with my school.
Just a casual field trip to China? That's cool. What do you think about China?
Definitely different.
Yeah.
The culture is different, but like different in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It gave me like an appreciation of everything that's out there.
Yeah. Traveling definitely like if you can think of anything like that traveling has done for you, what would you say? As far as lessons and just things that you've taken with you.
I feel like it makes me more it gives me more empathy and sympathy for what other people go through in the world. Yeah. Because it's like on the news you can hear about like wars like for what's going on right now and be like it doesn't really matter. Yeah. But when you actually go there and see that other people, I feel like it helps you connect way more for sure. And understand. Yeah, cuz we kind of I don't think we do it on purpose or what's the word? Intentionally, but we like dehumanize people, you know? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, for sure. I think just meeting other people from those countries, like you kind of just, you have a lot more empathy and just a better perspective on where other people come from. Mm-hmm. One thing I noticed is that like we are so much in a bubble here in the US. Yes. It's insane. Yes. And it's funny. It's actually like a running joke among people who like, not a joke, but
people that like live like, let's just say in Europe, like when I was talking to them, they're like, dude, you guys like are in your own world over there. And it's like you think everything revolves around you, and like,
And it's kind of true though.
yeah,
It's ironic.
it is. And I realized I don't know anything about geography. Like that's something that they were actually giving me shit about, was like I couldn't tell you where any of these places like were. So yeah,
like,
it's definitely
like we're made to believe that the United States is bigger than Europe, and it's not.
yeah. We literally are in our, and not many people have passports actually. Like not many people, like when I was telling people I was gonna go to Asia, they were like, dude, like for what? And I was like, bro, like I don't know, to travel. Like yeah, like just to, I don't know, like yeah, just travel. I don't know, bro, but yeah, it's just like a foreign thing here, bro. Like you don't see many people, I guess, like travel internationally. So yeah, I definitely think it's something that everybody should do.
Yeah. For sure. Or just go to Mexico and see what everyone there, what they do. I don't know. I feel like it would help a lot of stuff over here too.
For sure. So your dad as like a coach, was he like hard on you growing up?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to say.
Okay.
No, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
You think he'll watch this?
Hi, Dad. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hard on me, but not in any way that made me want to like quit hockey.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yeah. And in a way, like I think, I mean, you obviously like you love hockey, right?
Yeah.
So I think the fact like once a parent realizes that, then I think they're more. I mean, they're parents. They could essentially do what they want, but like the fact that he was hard on you, he probably knows that like you wanted it just as much, you know.
Mm-hmm. And him being my coach definitely made me like stronger as a person. Yeah. So I'm thankful for
it. And you played on his teams?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wonder what that was like. Like, would he like call you out more than the others? Would you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would get yelled at in front of my teammates a couple times. But I think that's better than being chosen as a favorite when, I mean, like, you shouldn't be.
For sure. And are you able to balance like maybe this is something I should be asking your dad. Like if like balancing that like coach versus like daughter, like coming home, and like, do you separate that, or is it just like, does it come home too?
No, it definitely, it's separate.
Okay.
We're a switch family. Yeah. Like I swear we have so many switches for so many things. But it's like when we're at the rink, it's like coach, player. Okay. And at home, I mean, like it's father, daughter. So we can joke more about things. But I really appreciate that the way that he coached me was like I was his player. I wasn't his kid. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Can I ask questions about the podcast?
Yeah, for sure.
When did you start doing this? Or what made you want to start doing this?
So I started this in... 2022, December 2022 was the first episode, but that one was in my brother had a studio at the time downtown, and so the first one was there, so I was able to use like that space, but honestly, like throughout, I would say, so I went to Arizona State, so I would say when I was like 19, like I was listening to a lot. Like I feel like I wasn't one of the first people to listen to podcasts, but like I felt like I was really into it. Yeah. For a while, like before a lot of people started doing it, but I would just always find myself listening to podcasts. But I didn't really think about doing one. And then honestly, a big part of it was the things I had to kind of experience as far as mental health, like in college, and then when I went to Thailand and then came back, because that honestly really affected me, like not being able to kind of go forward with what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Just coming back home, it actually, like, even though I think it was the right thing to do, just as far as like for my well-being and just mental health, it really affected me. So it took me a while to kind of like just come to terms with that and overcome it. But once I was okay, like I was like, okay, I think I have a passion for, not necessarily passion, but I'm just mental health is something I'm very, like, is very important to me. So from there, I really like podcasts. I was like, well, why not just do it? So, yeah, and then so I didn't do the second episode until maybe like 3 or 4 months later, because I wanted like a space that I can just like have, and I don't have to constantly set up and tear down. So once everybody moved out of this house, I was like, all right, this is the time.
I'm back.
Yeah, exactly. I actually used to sleep up here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I set up the studio, and then since I would say March or April of 2023, I've been like doing it.
Wow.
Lately, it's been a lot more consistent. It's definitely getting a lot more attention. Oh, those are probably my parents. Sorry, that's super distracting.
No,
Oh god, that's my nephew. Hold up, sorry.
Sorry, Diego, it's me.
No, you're good. We're in the middle of a podcast.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
No, you're good, dude.
Jason.
So yeah, that's my sister, and then he's 4-year-old nephew. Yeah. But yeah, so just doing the podcast. But yeah, I would say more recently, it's been getting just a little bit more traction, which is cool. So now I try to do one like once a week.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I came across it because I
Yeah.
thought it was so cool.
How'd you come across it?
I don't know. It just like popped up on my Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. Like
So it
on
wasn't
my
even
feed.
like a guest that you had like you have met before or you seen?
I did. The one that came up was oh my gosh, I don't remember her name, but I met her at Get Fit.
Get Fit. Oh, Logan?
Yeah, Logan.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Yeah, so that was like the first time you probably like came across it.
Yeah, and I was like, this is really sick. Like I love what this girl is talking about.
Uh-huh.
So I started scrolling through the feed and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like
Yeah.
I want to hear more about this.
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for
first of
sure.
all.
I'm glad you reached out, especially like because I mean you only have a few days here in El Paso, so that's awesome that you made time for it. You know.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, the modeling. So when did you like get into modeling?
I got into modeling maybe in like middle school. Maybe I was like 10 or 12. I don't know, whatever age you are in middle school. My friend's grandmother was actually a pageant judge for Miss USA.
Oh wow, okay.
And she saw me and she was like, "Oh my God, you need to do modeling." So she introduced me to Jackie at Bazaar. And I kind of got
Bazaar,
started.
what is that?
Bazaar Models. Sorry, it's a model management here in El Paso.
Here in El Paso, okay.
Yeah. And so I started going to classes super young. No idea what I was doing at all whatsoever. I maybe did classes for like 2 or 3 years, but I never actually like did photo shoots or like anything.
So these classes, like what? Because people think modeling is just like you throw on a nice fit and you just like walk up there. So what is?
There's a lot more to it than
Yeah.
just that. They teach you how to pose, how to walk. You would be surprised how hard it is to learn how to walk.
Yeah.
It's definitely a craft.
And is this a walk like you only do when you're modeling, or do you find yourself just walking like this normally?
I don't think you should walk like that normally. So yeah, definitely just when you're modeling, but
Yeah.
I still don't have a perfect walk, so
No.
I'm
And
not
this
a pro.
walk, is it just like a certain like sway or like?
It's like the sway of your hips, the way your legs cross, which way your knees go, which way your toes are pointed, the degree of which your back is like bent back,
Okay,
your neck
yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
your arms moving. It's like a ton of things you would never have.
Yeah. And is this just to like just garner more attention, or like what is it like? Do they teach you the reasoning behind this, or?
The main reasoning I think is you're not trying in like designer modeling, like walking for like Gucci and things like that. You're basically supposed to be like a human hanger. Like you're
like your clothes, like hanging the clothes.
Yeah, like
Okay.
like you're the main point I think of the walk is like you're not supposed to draw attention to you as a person. It's more to draw attention to the clothing. So there's certain ways that you do that, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
And so it took you like, all right, so you were doing classes for like 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Before you even like step foot on like on a runway type
Yeah.
thing?
So I never really thought, I was like, I don't know if this is for me.
Yeah.
So I would just kind of go through the motions at that point. And hockey is actually what got me into modeling, which is pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Once I made the Olympic team for Mexico, I was contacted by the City magazine. to do a photo shoot for their cover of one of their magazines. And that was like my first like big photo shoot. And I was like, I kind of like this.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
fun. Like
Mhm.
you get all like done up
Mhm.
and they take pictures of you, and it's just kind of fun to just like let loose. And
Yeah. Do you choose like your own outfits?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends like what I'm doing, if I'm working with a specific brand or
Yeah.
company or whatnot. But
Yeah. Do you have brands reach out to you now?
yes,
That's
it's
awesome.
fun.
Yeah. Is there like a brand that you'd like love to work with?
Guess.
Guess, really?
Yeah, that's like, if I make it to Guess,
You've made it.
I've made it.
Yeah, you just find yourself like really liking their clothes or their
Yeah,
brand?
I think my like style is very like 90s Vogue. That's what I like to tell myself. I don't know if I actually look like that. But I think Guess really gives off that like vibe. It's like a classy elegance, but like still like they still ride motorcycles type beat.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
something
cool.
that draws me to it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on like on social media? So how do you feel like social media has like, do you think it's affected our generation? Obviously it
Yes.
has,
Yes.
but in what ways?
Social media, the way it's made to seem like everything on there is real. And once people or like teenagers see that there's a girl out here who like perfectly shaped and she's 15 years old. I mean, that's not something that's normal. And I think that social media has really made a lot of people insecure because of the fake stuff that's like made to look real.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, it's definitely, and it's I think it makes people like unconsciously just generalize.
Yeah.
And that's why I try my best to, I try to be like as obviously there's certain pictures like that I'm gonna take like multiple times, right?
Yeah.
But I try to be like as I guess raw as it gets. Like try to like show a lot of behind the scenes and stuff like that, because I think that's important for like a lot of people. Yeah. Have you gotten into do you do like gym videos or workout videos?
See, I've been wanting to get into that. The next few like content stuff that I will be doing is going to be like gym stuff, more hockey stuff.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever like is that something you want to do?
I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't though. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's
Is there like people that, because I think that'd be so interesting, like day in the life of a hockey player, a woman's hockey player. Like I'd watch that, like just like a vlog or like something.
My summer days are pretty crazy.
Yeah. What, like you say your summer days?
Yeah, when I come back for summer.
Yeah, what's that like?
So last summer when I was back, I'd wake up at 6 a.m. and I'd have a workout from 6 to 7.
Like a hockey workout or like a gym workout?
Like a gym, like lifting workout.
Okay. Is there like specific type of training that helps you guys?
When I'm home, I usually have like a personal trainer to help me work with like agility.
Okay.
And like more endurance than like muscle building.
Yeah.
Because I build a lot more muscle during the season when we lift heavy.
Yeah.
Anyways, do that from 6 to 7 in the morning, and then from 8 to 10 I have an on ice workout, like private training with one of the coaches here. Go home, shower, sleep for an hour. Usually do a photo shoot around 1 to like 3. And I mean, probably after that go to some networking event. That was basically my summer here.
Yeah, that's cool. That seems very productive, and like it's good that you have a routine. I think routines are huge. What about, so I've always been curious, does like how fast someone skate, does that like the speed on like normal land translate to like how fast someone can skate?
No, because what my teammates watching this, I don't know, but we're very slow runners.
Okay, but
we're not good at running.
Yeah,
but we can be pretty fast on the ice.
On the ice.
Yeah.
Dang, is it just like your technique, or like what is it? Strength, like?
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, the longer legs you have, the longer stride you have, the faster you go.
So if I like got down like pretty good skating, I'd probably be able to move pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm so terrified of like I've been ice skating, but it's just like I feel like Bambi, you know, like just like like
It's hard to start. It's like something you
Yeah.
have to work at to like
Yeah.
be decent.
yeah, and especially like it's a long way down for me. So if I fall, it's like it's gonna be a spill for sure.
Yeah. No, I get
No, yeah, but how long would it take me to like get pretty good at like if I was going like every day? How long would you think it would take me to get pretty good?
that. I don't know.
No.
Maybe a couple years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a craft for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do you skate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You try to go.
Yes. I lived in Santa Fe, so there's a skating rink right there.
Oh, okay.
So my lunch hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My mom's played hockey before.
Really? Like like in a league?
Yes, but nothing like Camryn. Yeah.
Okay. Have you been curling?
No.
I've done curling.
You have?
Surprisingly,
I
was in a
so
league.
crazy. What?
Yeah, in Canada. When I was in Canada, I'm telling you, I was like part of the community out there. Like I played like I played like in a basketball league because I played basketball. So I played basketball out there, but I was also in a curling league, and it's actually it's not my cup of tea, but it's fun to experience. And it's cool because like they drink out there. And what's so fun, I think the funniest thing is that in Canada, at least in the curling league, the team that wins buys the losers a drink. Isn't that insane?
It's because they're so nice.
Yeah,
they're just nice people.
They're
over
too
there.
nice. Like I wouldn't like. No, it has to be the losers buy the winners a drink. But I thought that was interesting. But yeah, so they have like their drinks out there, and
That's so
yeah,
funny.
it's super interesting. Yeah, it's fun. You should definitely curl. I wonder if
I'll try it.
I wonder if they have curling in El Paso. I'm sure they could.
They definitely could
Yeah.
do it. But maybe that's something you should start here.
A curling league.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
I would do it. For sure.
Yeah. So when do you come back for the summer?
I'll come back somewhere like mid-March, early April.
Early April.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends if we go to nationals
Ooh,
with
okay.
my team.
Where's
So
nationals at?
for my team in the United States, it's in Florida. And then after that, I'll be going to Andorra, which is like by Spain.
Yeah, by Spain. And that if you make it to that, when is that?
If we make it to nationals, it's early April. And if we make it, well, nationals and my world championships are the same dates, so early April.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah. And so what do you have planned for the rest of the weekend?
I have a couple shoots tomorrow, a couple meetings, watching the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Who you guys going for? Or who do you think's going to win?
I think San Francisco.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really like Taylor Swift.
I'm not a huge fan.
So that's why I'm going for San Francisco.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a football team?
No.
No.
I mean, I would say the Cowboys. But
Cowboys. But is football that big? Like you don't really
Yeah.
not a big fan.
No.
What about, do you have like a favorite hockey team?
Vegas.
The Vegas Knights. That's
Yeah.
that's a fairly new team though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you been to a game out there?
I haven't,
No.
but I used to play in their practice rink all the time, and
Really?
it's beautiful.
It's
It's
nice.
so sick.
Yeah, I've been to one hockey game, and that was in Ottawa. It was the Senators versus the Knights, actually. So
That's crazy.
it was a lot of fun. People love their hockey out there, man.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience.
You have to go to a Rhinos game now.
Yes, for sure. I have to go. Yes. When's there's one tonight. When's like the next one?
Every weekend, so they
Oh,
play like Saturday, Sunday, and then next weekend too.
Oh snap! I definitely have to go. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is like something you'd want to say to someone right now who's just like going through a tough time mentally? Like, what's advice you would give them, and something you'd want to leave with them?
Something I'd leave with them. Something that really helped me whenever I go through hardships is like everything happens for a reason. And there's a reason that you are feeling this way or that something in your life is happening to you because you are meant to overcome it and learn something from this moment. So, I mean, learn what you can, survive, and then just know and be thankful that this is going to make you stronger and this is going to affect your character in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mic drop. For sure. That's awesome. Are you like religious or spiritual?
You see, like, I've been getting more into spirituality and more into building more of a connection with God and my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely something new for me.
Yeah. Do you, what's that like for you? Like building that connection? Like, what do you try to do?
Well, growing up, I mean, like, I was always so busy, so I never really went to church as often.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've been trying to go to church more and be an active listener instead of just like letting it go through like one ear out the other.
For sure.
And I think that's something that's definitely helped me. Just some words that stick with me, they stick with me.
Yeah. I think I've actually I went to church for the first time on Sunday in a while. And yeah, it was definitely very, it's because I don't know, I'm going through like a time. It's not that I'm not, because I get into it with my friends all the time. It's not that like I'm not religious, or like I'm not like I don't believe in God, or I just, because I grew up like Catholic and I grew up like very religious. But I don't know, in my head it's like I want to know if I am gonna practice like a certain religion or believe in something, I want to know why I'm doing it, you know. And I guess that's just how my brain works. So for a while I kind of separated myself.
Yeah.
But now I try to keep an open mind about things now. And so like when I was at church, like I actively just try to receive what they're saying and like just see how it affects me and see like what, you know, does that make sense?
Yeah. Like as a kid, when I would go to church, it's like, sorry, I don't know if my mom's going to be upset with me saying this, but I wouldn't listen. I would just be like waiting for it to be over so I can go hang out with my friends or go do whatever. And now if you actually try and keep an open mind and listen to it, some of the stuff that they say and like has happened, it's like very powerful and can have a really big effect on your life.
For sure. I would definitely agree with that. And yeah, I think, like I said, I just try to keep a open mind about it. What do you think about this? Would be interesting. Maybe I can ask your mom too. What do you feel about like dating has changed? How do you feel about dating nowadays? Have you been like in a long relationship?
I have.
Yeah.
And
Are you in one, or are you single, or?
Yeah, I'm not in one right now. And I've come to terms that I don't want to be I don't know how bad this is going to sound. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be in a relationship because I have too much stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
Like I have so much in my life that I want to achieve before I can like commit something to another person. So it's pretty not in for me right now.
For sure. That makes sense. I think that's especially for, I mean, there's just, especially you have so much going on. And I mean, I personally haven't been like in a very serious relationship. But I mean, just from talking to people and knowing like it takes, I mean, it's obviously a huge commitment, right?
Yeah.
And you want to give that person like your 100%. And sometimes you're just not in a position to, especially so young, right? To do that, you know?
Yeah.
So, but it was interesting because I was talking to my mom about this the other day, and she brought up a really good point. She was like, I don't know, like how it's so different nowadays because like you guys know so much because of social media. You guys know so much about a person before you even meet them.
Yeah.
Like before is like the first date was actually like the first time you got to know somebody and like you understood like where they come from. But like now it's just, I feel like I wonder how much of effect it has, like of you just knowing so much about a person, always just like seeing them and talking to them, like how much that actually affects like a certain relationship, you know.
The dating scene now compared to like 30 years ago is definitely a lot different.
Yeah, for sure.
And
do you think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In what ways?
Well, like you said, with social media and just where are they? What are they doing? Who would they talk to? It's all right there.
For sure. Yeah. Like, and then like they'd go, another thing they said was like, for example, when my mom and dad were dating, they were like, they'd go not years. They'd go, that'd be a problem. They'd go like at least a week or 2 weeks without even like just hearing from each other. And now it's like, if that happens, it's like you guys are done, you know?
Now it's like, if you're like talking to someone and you don't answer them in 3 hours, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And that's just something like, I don't like that. I I definitely think it'd be nice to go back to 30 years ago dating style.
Yeah, for sure. So you say like you like your alone time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like to read?
I do.
Yeah. Is there a favorite, if there's a book you would give someone, what would it be?
Depends the type of person.
Okay, yeah. That definitely matters.
Yeah.
Well, what book would you give me?
I
mean, you barely know me, but like I just saw for what you...
Maybe The Four Agreements. Have you heard of that book?
I have, but I have not read it.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things though.
Yeah, it's like the 4 agreements to life to live a better life and to understand the rules of the universe.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting just to know how everything kind of works.
Yeah. What are the 4 agreements?
I don't really remember, but I know the few I can remember. Be impeccable with your word.
Okay, yeah.
So never breaking your word.
I know one of them also, actually.
What?
But let's see if you can do all of them.
Oh, I think I could get one more, and the other 2 I don't remember. And don't remember.
Don't take anything personal, I think is one of them.
Yes, that's the second one.
Yeah. That's the one I definitely need to work on. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I definitely need to read that book. I think there's another one too. There's called the Fifth Agreement, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's another book.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't read that one yet.
Have you read the 48 Laws of Power?
No, but I was actually talking to one of my friends about that one yesterday.
Yeah, it's definitely, the author has like a series of books. Like he has one called The Laws of Human Nature. But that one's like I've been really into that book lately. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to send it to me. I'll have
Yeah,
to check
for
it
sure.
out.
What about The Alchemist? Have you heard of that book?
I have heard of that one.
Yeah.
Haven't read it.
Good read also.
Okay.
I feel like we're nerding out right now.
Yeah, I know.
Just kidding. But yeah. Anything else?
No. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for
This
sure.
was great.
Do you have any questions, Mom?
Oh, no, it's great. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, that's episode 29 of The Most Vulnerable Player. With Camryn
Heon.
Okay, I was gonna say
Heon.
that. Okay. Camryn Heon. And it was really nice meeting you.
Yes, nice meeting you too.
And I'm looking forward to what's on the horizon. This will be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad. I think this will be very, definitely a good podcast for people to listen to. So
good. I hope so.
Yeah, for sure. See you guys later.
Bye.